Hey guys, and welcome back. It's day 7, and we did get that. We did get field 15 done as far as harvesting, and got the bales picked up. You can see the bales right there. We basically had just about 4 semi-trailer fulls of bales, straw. So that should be it's 42 bales per load. So that's 84 times 2, so it's 168 bales. That should be plenty of straw for our cows. So what we are doing now is you can see the harvester here. Got the harvester running on field 16 with course play. We've got course play running with the truck offload there, and we've got a fertilizer, a sprayer up here on field 15. Let's go ahead and up here and check him out. And we've just picked up our all-rounder cultivator, and we're going to go ahead and cultivate field 15 and get it started again. Basically, we've got all hands on deck here to get these fields turned over. I'd like to be planting corn in field 15 come tomorrow, game day 8, if at all possible. Let's see here. Let's quickly get across the road before we run into that car. Need to hold that at that point. Anyway. Let's go ahead and unfold him. Let's take a look and see where our sprayer is. Sprayer is not quite half done. Trying to Fieldwork. T southeast. I'm going to do a headland at all. We want to look at our speed. Dial our speed back. $8 miles an hour. And that is simply because, of course, that's because we don't want this field 15 headlands, and that's only because we don't want him catching up to our sprayer. I typically don't tab. You have issue. Truck seems to be stuck. Stop. Again. So we ran into a little bit of an issue with our wheat harvest, and let me show you what that issue is. Our farm silo apparently has a capacity of 100,000 liters. So I emailed the map author, just checking to see if that was an intended capacity or if that should be bumped up a little bit. The reason I'm wondering if it should be bumped up a little bit is we've got 6 silos over here on the main farm that are serving as our farm silo. And I know that the way this is set up is it's intended that each silo is for its own crop. Great compost. So we have 6 silos, and each silo will either contain wheat, barley, sunflowers, canola, soybeans, or corn. So those are the 6 crops that we can store in our farm silo here. So one crop will be in each particular silo. But looking at the size of these darn things, I've got to think that they've got to have a capacity greater than 100,000 liters. Simply based on the capacity of like the UMRV placeable bins. So we've got over here and show you straw bales. We need to put them away. What we've got over here is our gravity wagons are full of wheat. Wilson trailer here is about half full of wheat. So we've got some wheat left to do something with. It's just sitting there, and really, I'm just waiting to hear back from the mod author if that silo capacity is intended to be that way or not. And if it is, then I will think about either editing the capacity just to bump it up for my own use, or I might look and see if I can figure out where I can possibly put down a grain bin of the UMRV style on the map. And that is simply because of the fact that we weren't even done field 15. We weren't even done field 15 before we had run out of silo capacity, and we still have field 11 of wheat to bring in. So that's one reason why we are over here on field 16 with barley. We can harvest our barley and put our barley away. While we've got that running, let's run down here and pick up for our forage wagon. Let's go ahead and start picking up the straw. Drop our stacker. Not that anymore. It's not for our straw. Let's go ahead and put our baler away and put our bale stacker away. And we'll get the forage wagon out and we'll start picking up that straw and taking it down to the composter. Since we did just get that great demand, let's take a look and see what that price is. That's a great demand. That's pretty sad. Like I said, we got all hands on deck because we're trying to get that field turned over. Field 15, we're trying to get him turned over pretty quick. Should go ahead and pull up this tractor before we get too terrible busy. There's our slurry tanker that I talked about in the previous episode. So it's just sitting there ready to fill up with slurry to refill that storage tank down by the grass fields. Comes our truck, offloaded the grain. We're going to go ahead and let him pass before we enter. Oh, wait. Gate, how did it get closed? Almost had a problem there. Let's see here. When I recorded the chorus, the trailer hung up on the grain dump a little bit, and I just want to see if it goes through or not. Pulling it on. Made the little title. See, I couldn't have made the turn very much wider. I guess I could have come out here a little bit more. Come on in. Still pulling it. I think he'll make his way free here in a moment. There he goes. It's a little off, but at any rate, Alright, well, we can't use this trailer. Really shouldn't be using that trailer. Unload our grain there. That is a lesson learned for sure. Well, that is a lesson learned. We cannot use this trailer to unload there without being extremely careful. Basically pulling through. We'll need to pay attention to that particular aspect. So let's go ahead and start picking up our straw here. So the straw is going to go down to the compost master, and we're going to use this to rack up lots of dough with respect to compost. It's not really that profitable at the moment at 2,000 and some odd liters per 1,000 liter, but at any rate, should get plenty of straw off of this field. And the field, what is it, 11? This is a far cry from Churn Farms, where we did the 24 days play, and very rarely did I have more than one hired helper at any one point in time. I often maybe only had one person course play or under normal hired help. The deal is with him hanging like that. System's just pausing. So today we got 4 course play drivers and myself on deck, trying to get this harvest done. We can, let's say, get these fields turned around and ready for soybean planting. Looks like our sprayer needs to be refilled. Go ahead and see the boom up there. Get our tractor with our cultivator. Obviously, we're not doing a too good job driving over that field, but I'm going to get up here and get to our sprayer. go fill our sprayer up. Take a look at the cultivator. Cultivator is not quite at 50%. Oh, and with the bug, we can't fertilize the cultivated field anyway, so we're gonna have to wait. I was going to just do the rest manually. I was going to start this guy back off on the fertilizer course again to put a second layer of fertilizer down, but we're not going to be able to do that because there's a bug with 1.5.1 where we can't fertilize a cultivated field. Got one layer of fertilization on at this point. Got one layer down. We'll seed and put a second layer down, and then we'll have to wait for him to soybeans to come up to put the third layer down. That's good enough. Now, let's go ahead and finish this fertilization. Don't have to worry about the cultivator. That cornfield is going to put a lot of chaff into the to the BGA, no doubt. Got 5 bunkers there. I don't know. We're not going to fill up 5. That's for darn sure. But we're gonna put a pretty big hurt on at least 1 or 2 of those. Probably 2. Also need to put some chaff in our fermentation silos at the farm. It's right up here. We'll just park it along the side of the field so we can get back to our straw collection. Just looking up there at our harvester truck. Looks at 24%, so we're good for a while. Say we're going to have to manually unload that truck. I don't trust Courseplay anymore after I saw how it acted, because that silo, under the silo there, we have our fill spout. And there's obviously a collision on that, so when we had the big dump trailer, it was running into that and having an issue. So turn this around. Remember, we already checked the fuel levels a few episodes ago. See how our fuel was. Got our compost master running now, making that black gold. Grass fields. Fertilized them already. We're waiting on them to having another growth stage, so that we can go ahead and put a second fertilization down for them. I guess put a third fertilization down when the act of mowing them seems to give them one layer of fertilizer. So then we put another coat down, so that's two. We have one more to apply our grass. For any other field, we would use the have chopped straw turned on. Actually, we'd be using the chopped straw to give us our first layer of fertilization. But the straw here is far more valuable for our bedding and for our mixed rations for the cows, as well as for to feed the compost master. So we're not going to scatter the straw on the ground to give us a fertilization out of it. We're going to go ahead and collect it, because like I said, it is way too valuable. It's black gold, our compost master. It's at 53% now. So we can unload our harvester about 4 times at that particular trailer's capacity. Worried that we'll actually probably run into a storage problem on this field. Even we'll probably get over 100,000 liters of barley. If we do that, we're going to have all of our tippers are going to be full of product. So they're going to have product in them that we won't be able to use them for anything else. You're full again. Across the way there to field 15. So the Compost Master really is a way on this map to go from rags to riches, simply because of what the compost is going to bring us. Said when we looked at the prices screen, we didn't really see a great price. Take a look at that again. Not really seeing a great price at 2200 per 1,000 liters, but we are taking 42,000 liters down at any one trip. So 2,200, it's just $2,000 for. Now we've taken 84,000 liters of straw down there. So the 84,000 liters of straw is $168,000 worth of compost. So even $2,000 with it being in a red price, still a lot of good money for straw or for grass. Manure. We made a fortune off of manure. We had simply just from spring. So we're going to be frequently visiting the compost master down here to keep it fed, so that we can keep rolling in the big dough. Is that thing done already? It's done already. We're going to have to definitely go in and tweak the output speed on this thing. There we go. Yep, it was definitely done. So it had already churned through 42,000 liters of straw in that little bit of time. So we're definitely going to need to adjust the speed on that particular unit, or it's going to basically have a full we'll never be able to keep it fed, because by the time we get a load of product down here at the compost master, turn around and fill up the trailer and go to get another load, it's going to be full, or it's going to have processed that whole load. So we're not using coarse play on the straw collection either, because of the traffic on the map. As you can see, the truck there, he just about rear-ended me because I'm not going 40-some mile an hour. Keeping an eye on our truck. Truck's at 83%, so we can collect some more straw while we wait for him to fill up again. Almost done this field. We got another pass down and up, and then it'll be finished. We're already over 100,000 liter yield on this field, because the other trailer load I think was like 54,000. And we're already at 47.8. No, we're already at 50,000 on barley now. The other load was 55,000. What I'm going to do is take this load of straw over to the hayloft, show you where the hayloft is, and then by then we should be able to come back and get our truck and offload our truck, and we'll call this an episode of our barley harvest. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please consider clicking the like button. We're going to have to put those straw bales away this evening off camera. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. We do Let's Play series every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Tuesday and Thursday are reserved for the potential map videos. Have the holiday coming up. So, there we go. Look at that, the gate opens. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put that on in there. This building acts as a hayloft for our loose material, and we can come up in here, pipe under. Probably can't fill this because of a trailer, but okay, so we can get hay, straw, grass. This has a 400,000 liter capacity. So I'm wondering if these silers are supposed to have a 400,000 liter capacity, and the hayloft is supposed to maybe only have a 100,000 liter capacity. That's how it's supposed to work. Let's go ahead, pull through here, past our, now we won't have a problem. We can tip in here. We're not going to get all of it in here because we are now at our capacity. We're at 100,000 liters for our barley also. Go ahead and we've got the storage on the trailer here. You go ahead and finish harvesting. We're gonna have to figure out something before we can harvest our other wheat field. So thank you guys again for watching. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you liked the video, please consider clicking the like button. Until next time, happy farming.